Hello, this is Timothy Perfit from Two Canoe Software, and I want to show you kind of the update on what I'm working on with the Scone project, the Smart Card over Network extension that allows you to basically share your smart card to machines that you're remoting into that allows you to authenticate with the smart card that's attached to your admin machine. For smart card, I'll be using my YubiKey in PIV mode. I have 4 identities installed on this. I'll be using one of them to authenticate and show you how to set that up with the current build. So I've already installed it here on my admin machine, and I have this VM that's running a brand new version of Catalina, so I haven't done anything with it, but on my admin machine I've already installed Scone. So Scone doesn't have any smart cards in because I haven't inserted my smart card yet. So I'll insert it. And I can see that it shows me my 4 certificates. But the last slot is used for the decryption of the keychain password. The first one, I believe, is the one I'll be using to authenticate. So I just click on Share Insert Smart Card, and it'll share those certificates out over the network to allow you to authenticate back to them. So on the VM that I set up, that's in new install of Catalina, I haven't done anything yet. So I'll go to Bitbucket, Two Canoes, Scone Public, and I'll download it and install it. Grab the latest build. All right, so when it installs an application that hosts the Crypto Token Kit extension, and it also inside the application bundle is a UI that goes over to the login window that gives the button to insert and remove the virtual smart card. So now that's installed, we have to do some configuration because it needs to know what machine to go back to be able to do it. And so I add that as a defaults command. You could send it out as a configuration profile or something like that. So it's basically a defaults command to say, hey, this is where my admin machine you're going to be talking to goes. So let me put that in. Okay, so now it knows where to go back to. And since it's now the Crypto Token Kit driver is installed, it's configured, we actually have to do an insertion event. We normally do that at the login window, but since we're doing some troubleshooting, we'll manually insert that, and we just do that by touching a file in temp sc insert, and that inserts the smart card. Now we should have those certificates available. You can see that I got this notification, which is a really good sign that I can pair it. Another way to actually look at the certificates is to go into system information and look at the a smart card section. And we should see our 4 certificates, which we do. There they are. They're now available. So that means that they're now available so I can pair them for authentication as well as for login at the login window. So the first thing I'll do is I'll run the scauth command, and I'll say identities, and I should see all 4 or the 3 identities available for authentication. The 4th one's not available because it's not used for signing. It's only used for decrypting, so it'll just show those 3. I'll choose the one that's for PIV authentication because that makes the most sense for what we're doing. So I'll do the sudo scauth pair, pair users tcadmin, which is the current user I'm logged in as. The hash is the PIV hash here. So I'll put that in. You can see that I get prompted for my PIN to unlock this. This is on my local machine, not on the remote machine. So I'll put this one in. It's now prompting me on the remote machine to put in my login password so it can unlock the keychain and set the keychain up. So now I've paired. So if I run that same identities command again, you can now see that I have a paired identity and unpaired identity. There's no smart card inserted in this machine. It is a virtual machine, but I'm not sharing the smart card reader out to it. It has no idea about it. It's all done through this Crypto Token Kit driver. I've already paired it, so I can close this window. Next thing we want to do is make it available for login. So what I'll do is I'll use the security command to look at what smart cards I have, and I'll get the class of it. The smart card. Smart cards, and it's com.2canoes.scone.ctk extension. So now I'll use the sudo scauth enable for login, and the class is the com.2canoes. So now it's available for login, so I can actually start logging in. So let me actually do that. So let me open up, let me log out. And so the YubiKey is set to not have me authenticate or do the PIN after a bit. So what I'll do is I will disconnect my smart card. You can see it disappeared from the sharing. I'll plug it back in, make sure that it's sharing, so that it'll prompt me for the PIN again. So if I click on Insert Remote Smart Card, you can see that the login window changed to the PIN, which means that those certificates were inserted from the smart card. The PIN here doesn't actually matter. I can put in garbage because the PIN locally is what's important to unlock that smart card. So I'll go ahead and do it, and you can see the login proceeds. I don't have the decryption of the keychain password yet, but that's something that needs to be implemented that uses another identity off the card, which will be coming in the release. But the basic authentication is working, and now since the smart card is inserted, we should still be able to go into a setting, and it's not there, and I believe the reason is that I have never launched this app as the user, so it doesn't know about it. So I will launch Scone, quit it, and then I will go back in here. And now it asks me for the PIN. So that's one of the things that you do need to launch it as the user to be able to have the Crypto Token Kit extension. You can have that done automatically. The idea is that eventually it's going to end up being potentially a status menu, so it'll automatically launch in the background, so you won't have to do that. So again, I won't have to put anything in for the PIN. It goes back, and since my YubiKey is already unlocked, if I had a policy that locks it for every operation, it would prompt me each time. Or we could put dialogue up, something like that. But for now, since the smart card it's unlocked with a PIN, it didn't even prompt me. It just logged in, which is very convenient if you wanted to do it that way. So that's the basic functionality is working. We are able to share that out over from the admin machine Authenticate. I'm looking for feedback, so please let me know what you think and any features as we're adding them in, and any bugs that you find. So thanks very much for watching, and be sure to join our Slack channel and check back.